It's the Christmas season. And you know what the Christmas season has me thinking, Jay?
What?
How do algorithms on Facebook work?
It's a good question, especially during the holidays.
Right? Exactly. Andrew Foliado. How you doing, Andrew Foliado?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, man. What do you do?
So I do digital marketing. So for the most part, I focus on real estate agents, but I am starting to branch out of that. But I look at websites, Facebook pages, doing Facebook ads, which is the big one, and all the targeting that goes behind it. So it's pretty exciting when you actually know. Now, I'm kind of a nerd because I find that exciting. But
no, it is exciting. This stuff is very important.
Yeah, and it's actually really cool, the stuff that they know about you. Like, all that information you're putting into Facebook, it's pretty cool. Like, you know when people always put, like, the status, like, I'm feeling sad. That's just not to help you express yourself. Now you're going to see, like, ads for chocolate. Like, they're targeting at that level.
Oh, my God.
They can start doing it that well, where everything you put in becomes something that they can use for their advertisers. And it's pretty cool. So I really enjoy doing that. I use a lot of targeting.
Jay?
Spooky, right?
Well,
A little spooky.
You know, if it helps you out, though, I mean, we got to be smart enough to understand this stuff now. The whole world is spooky. I mean, the whole world knows everything there is to know about you, and it's up to us to go there. Like you know, I don't think it's spooky because I think we're the ones to blame. Well, we're the ones when we download a new app and it says we can get all your files on your phone, we can get all your pictures on your phone, we can read all your texts, we can tell your wife that you're flirting with another girl. You know, basically you're giving all your information to people every time, and you're accepting. There's an 11-page contract, and no one's agreed to it. No one's read through it before they agree. They just click the box, agree, and they move forward. It's our own faults. That's what I'm saying. It's our own faults, and I think it's brilliant if these companies have millions and millions and millions of people who are so easily giving it up to then go and it's their faults.
Now that everyone knows how to like delete their browser history or go use incognito mode, if you really want to see what someone does online, look at the ads that get served on Facebook. Because now people can put codes on their website that when you go back to Facebook, it starts showing you ads for those things.
No way. Let me go look at Jay Brody's ads here because his Facebook's open.
Like how they?
So I can look at Jay Brody's ads. Yeah. No way. I didn't realize you wanted that big butt plug. That's crazy, bro.
I don't know how they're why they advertise. They're like, hey, try Valtrex and clear up your herpes problem. I'm like, I never said that to Facebook. How do you know that, Facebook?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Zuckerberg.
You need hemorrhoids. My goodness, you need hemorrhoid cream. Are you having trouble sitting today?
Well, always.
Me too, to be honest. I just got some foamy thing I got to put on there to calm the irritation.
It works though.
It's true. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
It's called chlorofoam.
Yeah.
I had to give it a little squirt skis. Yeah. Anyway. Wow, that's trippy stuff, bro.
It's pretty cool. I'm like, then there's the other side of it where you can tell when marketers have no idea what they're doing with Facebook ads because every now and then you get targeted for an ad that you obviously have no clue that who you're targeting. Like I get targeted one time and I took a picture of it and it was, your church's website isn't doing good enough. You should use one of our designs. I was like, I've never done anything online related to religion or church or anything. Like, I have no idea how I got caught up in the targeting that they said.
That's really funny.
Like, maybe they were targeting like religious people, but like they thought I ran my own church. So I was like, where did you screw up this targeting somewhere along the way? Or like one time I was on Facebook and it was pretty funny. Actually, I started getting targeted a bunch of ads for kids. I was like, well, they know I'm married. So I had to like call them up. I'm like, are you pregnant and not telling me right now? Because Facebook is telling me that I'm expecting a little girl soon.
And?
No.
Okay.
So we're hoping they screwed up. And she's like, what are you not telling me? I was like, oh, yeah, I guess there's that side of it, too.
Yeah, that's creepy. Yeah. But, wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the ads really determine what goes through. Now, for a marketer, and, listen, we boost a few Facebook posts, and I've recently boosted the Todd Shapiro Show Christmas party just to help get a little more exposure out there. I mean, I know this thing is going to be completely sold out anyway, but I just think it's good to have our name out there and let people know that we're everywhere and that we got a kick-ass show. And I know it all comes back to that, and they know that we're involved in something bigger. So I targeted on this one I targeted specifically 23 to 44-year-old male and females. Mm-hmm. I went through to whether like rock music or comedy. I picked a couple things that I know that we do well and that the talent show and the Christmas party is going to represent. And I kind of understand it. And then I picked certain areas and stuff. And is that really what people need to know? Is that these big specifics they got to get?
Yeah, you really want to learn where people are. So, like, for you, that's your target audience. And then, but you can go even way more specific. Because, like, a lot of people just hit, like, boost post on a page. which is like a very basic.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Ads. Yeah. But if you go into the back end into the ads manager, then you can start.
Whoa, that lucky ads manager.
Yeah. That's where you go really deep. Like it even listed as like interests, behaviors online, and things like that. And that's where you start getting into what people
A little
are
closer to the mic,
doing.
sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, that's what you get into when people are actually doing. And that way you get a lot more specific. So like, for instance, if you wanted people who, like say you had an episode where you're talking about a specific movie, like yesterday, the day before you're talking about Shawshank, I think.
Yes.
You could actually target like a segment on that, and only target people who like the movie Shawshank, so that people who are seeing it would get every reference that you just had. And you can start going that specific. So every ad you put out, so for instance, like with your show, I wouldn't target one ad to men and women. I would do one for men and make an ad related to men, and then do one for women and do one related to women. So like, for instance, I do a lot of real estate agents. I used to run first-time homebuyer seminars. So I'd run an ad to like, it's first-time homebuyers, so like 20 to 35-ish. And run an ad, and they would come out to my first-time homebuyer seminar. Do a separate ad saying for 50 to like 65-year-olds saying, you want your kid out of your basement, send them to my homebuyer seminar.
Interesting.
So you're segmenting it a lot more and breaking it up, because the more relevant it is and the more niche it is, like I'd rather, say you had a budget of $20, I'd rather spend $5 on 4 ads more related to the market.
It's so brilliant. I would have never thought of it that way. And you know, if you think about even the shows that we do, and it's not that we boost a lot of shows, and maybe we should boost some more shows. But at times, if we were like, you know, ripping into say that old YouTuber Nicole Arbor, who I don't like, and for reasons because she's done fat shaming and just thinks she's funny and she's not. Maybe I target Nicole Arbor fans or Nicole Arbor not fans. You know, that you can find those people, YouTube celebrities. But then within that same show, perhaps we had a musician like you know, the Poor Young Things or something on there. You can actually specifically hit their fans on different ads.
Yeah.
See, that's so smart. And then you get people, and for that, we, you know, in that case, we would end up with more downloads on the iTunes or the website.
Yeah, and now with the ads too, which is a relatively new feature they launched for everybody, is you can actually use Instagram ads through it too. So if you go into the ads manager, that same post you're doing on Facebook is now an Instagram ad.
No way.
Because Instagram's mobile, there's a lot more engagement. So you find you get better responses to thing on Instagram. So just go on Facebook Ads Manager, and now you're creating Instagram ads too.
I love Instagram for the reason that it feels like the most genuine of these social media platforms for me. I mean, granted, there's Instagram hotties and there's all this stuff, but at least like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, and this leads to sort of the bigger question, which has always baffled my brain, is the algorithms and why some people will view them, and it goes to 100 people, and sometimes it goes to 25,000 people, and without doing anything different other than just uploading it. I feel like, does Instagram have some sort of, we'll get to Facebook in a second, but does Instagram have some sort of algorithm, or does it just show up on everyone's timeline?
It's the same as Twitter, where it's just a straight chronological order right now. Now, that's one of the reasons I think that Twitter is kind of dying a bit, because like their user base has stalled a lot, and like engagement's going away a bit, so they are going to have to make some changes on Twitter. And that, now they don't have that problem with it Instagram, but it might become that way, because like once you start following, you know, say you follow 1,000 people, you're never seeing all the posts. Like you might miss some pretty good posts just because it's chronological. And that's something that really smart that Facebook has done, where they make sure that the good posts get in front of people. So Instagram might have to go that way in the future once too many people get on it. But obviously how it is right now is working really, really well.
So how does Facebook make sure that we see the good posts? I don't get that. I never will.
So no one actually knows 100% for sure, because Facebook's not going to tell anyone, because as soon as if you knew for sure, then people are just going to cheat the system. But what you kind of figure out over the long term is the more you're testing, you start seeing what works, and then all like the people a lot smarter than me start posting what they found works. So what they've kind of figured out is, say you have a Facebook page, you put a post up, it's going to go to between 1 to 8% of the people who like your page. And then if they engage with it, which means like, comment, or share, or click on the link, and they prefer, I think, like, comments, or shares, if you do those, it's going to go to another 5 to 8%. And then if they engage with it, another 5 to 8 until it starts going out to everybody. If that initial group doesn't do anything, they're like, well, it's probably a bad post, and they drop it out entirely. They've also found some other things, like if you write congratulations or congrats in the comments, it's normally like, you know, a baby or house or marriage or something like that. So they bump that up too, because they're like, well, that's news people want to see. So for a while there, like when everyone figured it out, people started testing that too. Like someone would just put like, I'm testing a status. Can people write congrats in the comments? And those started going up, and that started getting higher. So I'm guessing Facebook's also now figured out how to account for that too. But that's it's almost like a game between Facebook and everyone else, where every time that part of the algorithm kind of gets figured out, they make changes to account for that. Like those clickbait headlines you see where it's just like, this is the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life, but then it doesn't tell you anything about what it is, and you go there and it's like the dumbest thing you've ever seen, and then you go back to Facebook right away. Facebook will now actually monitor how long you went to that link. So if you went there, looked at it for like half a second and went back, they're going to penalize you because they're like, well, that was crappy content you just shared. Wow. So now it's going to be, okay, now we got to make sure that you're sending them good content. Because that's all, because like Facebook's entire value proposition is that they have users who actively use it. If they stop, then you're going to lose out. Everyone and all their value goes away.
That is absolutely brilliant, man. And do you have any tips, Andrew
Foliato. Pretend there's no G. G is silent.
Andrew Foliato.
Yeah.
And what's your company name, by the way?
Just Sell Homes. So justsellhomes.com or .ca.
Justsellhomes.com or justsellhomes.ca. Interesting stuff here. Now, do you have any tips? And these are tips I could use to get more engagement. What are these things we can do, like congrats and stuff like that?
Yeah. So the most popular things right now are images. And nice images, and so you want to make sure you actually use the proper sizes, because when they have to start like clicking on it to like try to expand the photo, it doesn't work well. So like sometimes people will take one photo and then make that the cover photo of an event too, but the cover photos are a different thing.
I'm terrible at that. It's rendering. I think Jake, did you make me new photos sized video? Yeah, Jake did that. Jake sent me like different size photos that look good and I hate that. Can't they shouldn't they have a system in place that just does that for you?
I use canva.com.
Oh, what's this?
So it's a website where you can do graphic design, but like for beginner, like I'm not an artistic person at all. Like I'm actually awful on that side of it. Like I failed.
I can tell by the way you dress. No,
yeah,
I'm just okay.
That's my wife.
Okay,
you can tell that to her.
I'm joking. You look great.
Yeah. So basically, you go on Canva, and it actually pre-sizes everything for you, and then you just enter the information.
Wow.
I have like the pro version of it because I do a lot on there. And what I can do is I can create one for like a regular Facebook post and then click one button and it automatically resizes that post for every other network and every other possibility that I need.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so it saves me.
Is that an app or just a website?
It's a website or an app, not on your phone. So it'd be iPad or on the website.
And really simple to use. Is it like dragging and stuff?
Yeah, basically drag, drop, type.
That's good to know.
About as simple as you can get for graphic design.
Okay, so that's one of the things. Make sure you have images attached to everything.
Yeah. And images are actually the most popular. Like a lot of people, videos getting more and more popular on Facebook. Like I would recommend, if you can, never share like a YouTube video onto Facebook. Upload it directly to Facebook, and you'll get
Amber
better
Mack
engagement.
told us that, if you remember. Our tech person, Amber Mack, gave us that exact same advice. She goes, Facebook is looking for content. Yeah. And the more, if you share YouTube, they're different companies. Google and Facebook really don't like each other.
Yeah, they're basically trying to become almost the new YouTube too. And so like Facebook page, you can actually build like video playlists now because they're starting to go that way where they want to become the go-to video platform too.
Do you think they'll start paying people to be on that platform for like YouTube has done for YouTube stars?
They might. It'll be a while, I think, because it's not quite there yet. I don't know if Facebook wants to go down that paid route, but I mean, you never know.
Hey, what's up? I'm Roddy. Subscribe to our channel. You're going to love it. For the rest of this episode, you got to check out our podcast. Online on the website. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed.